And welcome back to Washington Commanders Insider. Today, we're talking about Jayden Daniels and Deebo Samuel and how that connection could lead to many touchdowns this upcoming season for the Washington Commanders. And so before we jump into it, I first want to remind you to hit that subscribe button, just like Jayden Daniels is going to be hitting Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Zach Ertz, Jalen Lane, and many others for multiple touchdowns this upcoming season. And so in exchange for hitting that subscribe button, I'm going to give you nothing but daily content around the Washington Commanders. And so make sure that you hit that like, you hit that subscribe, and you join the Washington Commanders Insider family as we talk nothing but Washington Commanders football. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump into it. And so if you've not got a chance to read this article, this is on CBSSports.com. And this has some great stats and just really shows you the type of impact that Deebo Samuel potentially can have on this offense this upcoming year. And so to put this into full context, we're first going to look at a quote from Jayden Daniels and what he had to say at the Fanatics Fest. That's where you can check out the sports collectibles. And also, too, you have some athletes come up and they do some interviews in a panel style. And so Jayden Daniels was on a panel and he was asked about the acquisition of Deebo Samuel. And so let's start there. And this is what he said. And so just going into this, and he says, look, the offseason was good, but now you just see what he's proven year in and year out, Daniel said during a panel interview at Fanatics Fest. I'm excited to throw him a screen and hopefully on the stat sheet, it says a touchdown for 80 yards, and I didn't have to do any of the work. I'm excited. He's a great person, a great fit in the locker room right away. Hopefully, we're going to see a lot of touchdowns. All right. So I love that Jayden Daniels is saying that hopefully we are looking to see a lot of touchdowns. And I also love the fact that he is talking about getting the ball quickly out of his hand to Deebo Samuel and letting him do the work. And I think that Deebo Samuel was huge for the Washington Commanders as far as bringing him over this season, because I think that with all the pressure that Jayden Daniels is going to face from these defenses, because I do think that they're going to try to come after Jayden Daniels and make him uncomfortable. And I think that one of the biggest ways to punish a blitz is to hit a team with a screen pass or to quickly get it out to a player that is a possession type of player like Deebo Samuel and let him go to work. And the great thing about Deebo Samuel is he is terrific with the yak, which is yards after catch. And so this is why I think between Deebo Samuel and Laramie Tunsil, these guys are going to help Jayden Daniels ultimately beat the pressure and also to cut down the sacks as well. They just do it in different ways because Laramie Tunsil, he's going to be able to buy Jayden Daniels just enough time to where he can step into it. And then Deebo Samuel hopefully is going to punish teams in the middle of the field. And so going into this article and really why I think that this is something that we're going to see from the Washington Commanders is first just jumping into this, and you just get a chance to see just how dangerous that Deebo Samuel has been in the screen game. And this is something that I do think that Cliff Kingsbury is absolutely going to jump on here. And so you see that, Deebo Samuel over his time since he's been in the league since 2019, and according to the TruMedia stats, no receiver in the NFL has gained more yards on screens than Deebo Samuel at 1,049 yards. And then also, too, it says that he's already past Chris Godwin by 250 yards. But more importantly, after catch per reception average, 13 yards is first amongst all receivers during that time period as well. And so that right there pretty much outlines what Deebo Samuel is going to do for this offense. And I think this is why it is super important that the Washington Commanders make sure that they take care of Terry McLaurin and get him out on the field, because you're going to have Terry McLaurin essentially taking the top off of the defense. You have Deebo Samuel, who's able to work inside. Then you also have Zach Ertz, who will be able to work on the levels of the field. Hopefully Noah Brown is going to be okay. And I think that Jalen Lane, you can throw him in there along with Luke McCaffrey to start to cut on that defense too as well. And so truly, this could be a tough offense to stop here. And I think that you see just on paper how this team is going to take another step from last year's team. And so, just to point some more into why, Deebo Samuel is going to have a big year here, just think about it like this. If Deebo Samuel is coming out of a route, I think that he's going to be able to, one, beat the nickel corner, whoever's guarding him there. Also, two, when it comes down to going against a linebacker, the linebacker is going to have to make a decision here. And this is why the running backs are going to have to be huge, I think, as far as coming out of the backfield and making sure that they're making plays when they get chances in the pass game as well. Because with Deebo Samuel coming at you, with also too an Austin Eckler, with Brian Robinson Jr., Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Chris Rodriguez Jr., Jeremy McNichols. Yes, I'm throwing everybody out there right now. We don't know what the team's going to look like, but just painting the picture here, the linebacker is going to have to make a decision, right? So he's got those two guys coming at him in routes. And then on top of that, you got to think about the fact that Jayden Daniels might just slip out of the back door there and he's off to the races. And so the linebacker has to be responsible and try to get a hat on Jayden Daniels. And so it's truly going to be tough on a defense in the middle of the field. And then when you think about Deebo Samuel and what he can do as far as the screen game and just the yak, right? Now you're thinking about it like this. If a defense is fully committed to come after Jayden Daniels, full steam ahead this way, then you're thinking that now you get Deebo Samuel, who's out in open space. He's got the football. Now, all of a sudden, the defense has got to try to rally and get back to the football. Deebo Samuel has already got a full head of steam. And with his yak, look, he is a hard player to stop. So one defender is not going to bring him down. You have players that are already going to be pursuing him. And so I think that is going to be really a huge advantage for the Washington Commanders, and why, quite frankly, you could see an 80-yard touchdown off of a screen pass. And so, yes, this is why this is going to be huge, for the Washington Commanders offense and just really what he can do. And so, look, I'm looking forward to seeing this, getting the pieces around him, getting this offense just on the same page, which is why you must take care of Terry McLaurin. And these guys do not miss any practice time when it comes down to training camp. But I love the thinking that Jayden Daniels has. And really, I think that this is showing you why he's poised to take another step here in year two, because he's already thinking like, look, I just need to get the ball out of my hands and let guys go to work. And so I love that, because now I'm not too concerned about Jayden Daniels going out there and doing too much. And so, not saying that he did that in year one, which was great about him. He's certainly cool under pressure, but the fact that he's coming into year two and he's thinking about this, like, you have got to love that, because he's thinking to himself like, look, I just have to be me. I just have to get better. But this team has playmakers that can make plays. I just got to get it out to them. And so let me know in the comments here what you guys are thinking about Deebo Samuel and also to Jayden Daniels. Do you feel like that this is going to be one of the better connections in all the National Football League? As a matter of fact, do you think that it'll be one of the biggest connections here in the NFC? I'd love to hear what your comments are about that. And lastly, I just want to give another shout out to Jayden Daniels at the Fanatics Fest here, because if you're not familiar with what happened there as well, one of his rookie cards sold for $500,000. And Josh Harris was the one who brought this card. And so it's apparently going to be on display at the stadium. So I can't wait to see what that looks like. And so if you're huge into cards, I definitely am. I definitely like this card so far from what I've seen. And so it's a one of one. But anyway, just to throw that out there, that you got your owner buying your rookie card for $500,000. And so you must be doing something right. So anyway, you guys let me know in the comments here what you guys are thinking about Deebo Samuel and Jayden Daniels this upcoming season. Let me know how special you guys think this connection is going to be. And as we always say, look, go Commanders, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.